Okay, so we actually did get a buy during freeze time. Markelov has picked up an AK. So this does leave Simple to be the one to go for an op. Again, close rounds. Gaps in the outside smoke, though. If they can fix that and they've opened up ramp quite well. They've gotten into lower from ramp quite well. If they can get those smokes tidied up outside, then there's a chance they can get into secret a lot more efficiently and not lose one player. They've lost one player on the cross every single time they've had a smoke gap. And that changes the round massively because we've seen it come down to 1-on-2s in the end.
Yep.
And if they can get it down there and secure that lower bomb site, we might have a chance for Flipside to pick up the round they need.
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, those are pretty standard smokes by now, so I don't know what's going on with that.
The thing is, they're throwing 2 of them. A lot of teams dedicate 3 to it now just to make sure it's extra deep. You don't leave a gap toward mini that a secondary rifle. Because if you go too deep, unless they're pixel perfect, I'm pretty sure there's still a slight gap between the initial entry point from mini or between mini and CT red. Or T-Red, where you can pop out. If you're a rifler playing on the floor of A, you can actually walk.
All human, there's going to be errors, and whoever does least of them is going to win. And that's why we practice, really, is to make as little mistakes as possible.
Yeah, exactly. So apparently it's a VAC authentication error for Neo, and we'll have to wait for him to solve those. And, let's not forget, we are at 19-19. This is the second last round of overtime. So whoever gets this will have the first match point in our OT. And, this is Virtus.pro. The stress has to be up.
Yeah, well, Flipside has been making it work for them, though. They've been getting into really good situations. It's just been about Pashy just playing brilliantly, really, in those situations.
That's the thing. They've had more close rounds on their T side, even though they haven't picked one up. It was VP that got the T-sided round.
Yep.
But you're right. Every round for Flipside so far has been close. And, again, the pressure's on VP. They're the team that's sitting back going, come on, guys, we can do this. We're the underdog. Let's take down VP. And they're going to be pumped up. They're going to be ready to do this and capitalize. Slight delay. We are actually just now getting ready. Simple was the last one to ready up, but Virtus.pro, they gave up 5 gun rounds, although they earned 5 gun rounds, hence why we tied 15-15. That's simple mathematics. They did the equal task, but they gave up 5 gun rounds late, and the momentum switched back to Flipside based on realizing that VP was over-aggressive, like you were mentioning, and that means they've got to be a lot more calculated, I guess you could say, about how VP wants to push.
Definitely, and now Virtus.pro has a lot of work ahead of them. Let's see, they need to lock down a 5-0 half here if they want to take this map.
Remember, this is game 2, and Flipside has the one map advantage, so it's all or bust for VP.
Seems like an upper push is about to happen.
Oh, it looks like, I believe that's World Edit that was setting up for these flashes through the skylights, but Taz is forward of them. He's not going to be completely blind. Uses the M4, runs out of ammo, grabs the AK. No one else is going to push, but Simple over the top out. But where do they use it? Backside of hut. They want to try and control this upper still, but look at Markelov on the flank. That's your bomb down again. Neo, second time he's been caught in mini. In lobby. And it was Markelov that caught him the first time as well. Unfortunately, went down late in the round. This time he won't. He catches Pasha. World Edit gets the kill. And it's going to be 16-19 first half of overtime. 1 round only T for VP. We'll see if that's enough. It's going to be close.
It's going to be very close. I want to point out Pasha again because he's been doing a lot of great instinctive plays by himself. Just the timing of things, how he does certain pushes and get the traded kills done. Is very fun to see because that's the type of skill that you just cannot learn from anywhere. You just the type of thing where you're just playing a lot of Counter-Strike. You just get into those. Certain players make it just happen for themselves a lot better than others. And at least in this match, it's definitely been Pasha's been working it out.
Well, that's the big thing. So I'd ramp, but it's down to 3-on-3, and Simple's on 2 HP. That's the only advantage right now that VP still have because there's no splitting up a defense on Nuke. It's still so quick site to site. Bialy's got the bomb. They will work it, fully committing on a ramp, and that means Pasha's off won't be quite as effective from range, so he'll switch to the AK. And down he goes. They want this entry.
20 seconds on the clock. They really need to make it count at this point.
And there's a welcoming party, but it's only one. It's only Blade, but it doesn't matter. He's efficient enough. He catches Bialy already. That's your bomb down. Simple's going to get Taz. Pasha responding. It's all him. 1-on-2. Does collect the bomb. Tries to push through the window, but unfortunately, the movement speed completely blocked off as he has to crouch through, and that gives Blade lots of time to line up the shot. And that puts them on match point, series point, and tournament point for just VP.
Yeah, and Simple once again just contributing with a huge 2 kills on ramp. Slowing down the attack. Virtus.pro running out of time, and it was
forward lobby. I think he wants to help Markelov push through, but that bomb could have already been downstairs. Taz has the crossfire set. Neo's still waiting in ramp. And this becomes questionable now for Flipside because they had an opening. Taz shuts down Simple. Bondic at least gets to control. But he fires through the window once, tries to get out some Molotovs to hold it off. The alley's caught out, World Edit. Blade responds. Taz again, still inside the vents, does catch Bondic, and Bomb will go down. This time it's upper, so they tried to sell the fake. It works, but Neo's still up there, gets the first kill. That flash catches both of them. They can't get the angle on him. Eventually Blade does, but Taz is already on his heels, and it's a quick kill. VP get the round, and I have to say I think Flipside might have been able, or at least better off, to stick to that push into secret because they had them down there. Bondic was waiting inside the control room.
Yep. The thing is that they didn't know is that Virtus.pro really didn't rotate at all. They were just basically they just sent one guy from ramp to go lower, so it would have been a lot easier for them to hit the lower site. But that's a calculation that then Bondic had no clue. Passion was already all the way up there.
And that's the weird thing because Blade had already spotted him initially and fell into the corner as a result. I don't think the call came out or quick enough, or at least Blade wasn't expecting the call.
Miscommunication maybe. On our misunderstanding. But yeah, like we can see, that force buy just forced Flipside on a they're gonna have that off from Simple, a Deagle, a P250, but beside that, not really anything to work with. So, we're gonna have to see some massive plays from Simple here if Flipside really hopes to get anything out of this round.
And Simple's already outside with that op, but Snacks finds World Edit. He'll fall off. Passive angle for him on the backside is CT Red. Taz waiting above Squeaky. A lot of debate about that spot, if it needs to be one of the ones that's suggested on this map, as Neo's now going to try and counter smoke, but they're already through. Pasha at least supports him, and he'll catch Bondic on the retreat. So VP again have the advantage. Sim works so well, pops out, chases the kill, knows Blade was tagged up, and gets it in the end, as Neo now will find Bondic. Simple does eventually put the devil in the ground, but Bomb's down inside the hut, and he's surrounded. He's got players on all sides, but Bialy gets taken out by that P250. Still reliable in that one-tap position, or at least that situation, but Pasha gets him, and that means we're up to 3 for Virtus.
Well, reasonable rounds for Flipside again. Got some kills. Bit of a dent on Virtus.pro's economy, but not really that much. Now it's time for them to really shine and show what they got, what kind of strategies they got to run here as we're approaching the first gun run of this T-side nuke for them.
And that's the big thing because T-sided nuke and they didn't get the pistol. This is going to be all about the hard way.
It's going to be a grind for them.
And maybe that's just enough for VP. I mean, maybe this pistol is the key to T-side. For Flipside, we said they're going to get more rounds than anticipated, or at least should if things go statistically. And it gets them. Now they can come in lower. He's opened it up, but Bialy, there it is, your quick drop, your quick rotations on Nuke. He's already there to catch Bondic on the way back in, and Markelov gets the trade, but Taz and Pasha collect for the final, and that's going to make it 19-17.
Yeah, considering the time left on the round, they knew exactly what was going to happen, and the fast rotation you can do from the vents just prevented Flipside from doing anything, really. Just nice play there from the Virtus.pro guys.
So they start off as planned, as needed. With a CT win. Could have been opened up by Bondic's, I'd say Bondic's brilliance, but Bondic's expertise for sure to at least walk up toward ramp and realize his team needed to work together there. I thought he might try and go up vent, but that was a much more open position for him to take the shot. Counter smoke outer, that delays them a little bit, but it also means Snacks gets
what a nice nade
pushed back, but great nade indeed. Bondic goes down. He knew he tagged him up early, and even though he falls off the angle out, he'll silently walk his way back out. Sneaky in, sneaky out, save the AK. And Virtus.pro bring it back to 13. They bring it back to within 1, and it's all been on lower pushes. How does Flipside respond?
And looking at the money situation, Flipside here, it's going to be, like we said it, they forced it up this round, so that's going to mean a save for them. An important thing to point out here, I think Simple, as good as it is, he needs to understand and control those situations where should I re-peek or not. He's re-peeking on situations where he definitely just should not do it anymore. He's doing more harm to his team than the opportunist thinking would really. I mean, he just should not be doing those. He should be backing off. When he got the first kill, just go all the way back to the site and just keep that presence going, because he just got picked apart there.
And Pasha catches the jumping World Edit, trying to get some information over the roof. Keep in mind they're down to pistols. Bondic's the only one that's got a gun. That's that AK.
That's money. And that's what he's looking for. He's really just looking for those extra kills, and he's probably going to get one from Blade. There we go. Now he's just going to save his weapon, because his team doesn't have that much money either going for them.
That's the interesting thing, because they've won every round, but not a lot of money because they've been dropping men. They lost 4 in the last round, had to buy up quite significantly, and they'll lose 4 again here, as well as give up the first round to Flipside. So 6-1. Snacks keeps that M4, and they will be able to get out guns around that, or will they? They should be able to force it, and they do. So Taz already out, 53 for Bialy. That's easy, and we're going to see a scout actually go for Neo.
Yeah, it makes sense for them to force it up as well. They're going to get a pretty reasonable buy, and at the same time, they really want to be dictating this money situation in this match. Not give Flipside any more rounds than necessary. But at the same time, should Flipside really be able to catch this round here, that would give him a lot of room to work with in terms of money. And
off device, he could never really find the shot he was looking for. They walked 2 down secret, they took 3 at ramp, and they just went lower over and over and over again.
Yep.
And it still came down to 16-14. It was still a close match because TSM actually exploited upper, so there's a whole different approach there.
Yeah.
We'll see if VP go back to that. We'll see if Flipside watch that match and are actually wise to it.
Yeah, it's a lot of it on the EQT side is trying to play to the weaknesses of your opponent's defense, and I believe that's a lot of it was up to that, what Virtus.pro was doing against TSM. Let's see if Flipside is doing something similar here against Virtus.pro. If they have a feel on how Virtus plays that CT.
So pistol underway. Pasha's going to go all the way aggressive, already up toward the radio room. In fact, all the way around the corner, and he spots out Blade, who did not expect him to be there whatsoever. And Neo and Bialy are just behind him as well. So not only did he push out, he had support. If he dropped and then they decided, hey, we can rush ramp, it wasn't to be. They've given up outside as a result because they're playing with... And look at because Pasha's going to go all the way around. In fact, I think he wants to get inside secret right now and hold off outer, but it's only Simple that's watching that angle. There's no one else there. They're still setting up inside lobby.
Yep.
And they've already popped out the skylights up above, so this will be an easy flash for Markelov in. And they'll go. They want to execute. So Bialy on floor has to be strong. He's been the late fragger, or pardon me, the bottom fragger so far for VP in this game. In fact, Neo's only 2 behind, so they together need to step up right now. Neo hasn't seen a lot of action at ramp, but Simple's already outside. He's wrapped, somehow found his way inside of Mini. Taz does drop the bomb carrier on the way in. That's Bondic down. Blades around behind. He only gets 1 turned back on, but World Edit comes through and picks up 2. They don't answer the call that time, and Neo has to come around from ramp. Does get on the backside, and there it is. Welcome back, sir. Maybe you do need another vacation because great late 2 kills, and this gives them match point.
Yeah, and it's not always about the fact if you... And I think it's very, very nice for Counter-Strike. I don't like a single team dominating. I don't think anyone does. It's happened in different sports. We were talking about F1 last year as an example. It got boring.
God damn you, Mercedes.
So, variety is a positive thing. And we're live here.
But as we see, Neo's back. And as you say, we are live. Back to the action immediately. Bialy tries to spray through the hut, takes some damage in response because World Edit realizes he's there and figures out the exact angle, fires back. So, trading some damage.
Yep. Now, Virtus has Snacks playing York with an EWP here. And they have opted for a double op setup.
And Pasha's the one that's in the swing spot. In and out of the ramp room. Looks like he's actually going to commit to it. He goes deeper over by Neo. That one smoke out, but there's no one from Flipside waiting on the backside of it. And look at this early rotation. Side does get the early kill. There's a gap in the smoke again. Very important to note because we saw what difference that could make when Pasha dropped down originally. That first shot to Simple. Fire going both ways. The world is ablaze. Snack wants to set it on fire with his M4 as well, but it's going to be Taz, or pardon me, it's going to be Blade that falls in behind Mini, and he won't be able to be out in the open. I'm done. Talk for me right now. Save me not to.
Flipside has no map control so far, and it's been already a minute gone from this round. All they've done is lost Bondic, and not looking good for them, to be honest with you. 40 seconds on the clock, and it's looking like they're going to be forced on a 4 and 5 push to the upper. We have Taz here ready for it as well, together with Snacks. It's going to be a hard push for Flipside at this point.
Smoke out, lets them come around the corner without getting shot up from Turnpike. That leaves World Edit to take down Neo, and still no reverse shot coming out from Pasha because he's got no vision. And in fact, World Edit falls all the way back.
That's going to cause a rotation as we see Pasha already rotating to Secret.
That's the big thing. Markelov's still waiting patiently inside lobby. Bialy is upstairs on the floor where he always is. Just waiting for someone to push through hut. That smoke still deployed, does slow down the push a little bit. World Edit's got to be careful. Neo's coming up on him. I think he's aware, and he is. He gets the shot with the AK. And now Flipside's got the man advantage too, actually, pardon me. Snacks has dropped as well. They'll go for this boost outside on Twinkie.
But Pasha again here in a sneaky beaky position.
And Bondic just made a step, so he'll have heard him. He's going to go the backside. See if Pasha reads it. He does. He walks out around and catches him off. So there's the M4 kill. That draws them one closer, 3-on-4. But the Simple collect him. He does. Great spray control. Headshot goes his way, and it's only Bialy and Taz left to defend. And Taz is coming out mini. He's going to do battle right now. Oh, pardon me. He's down below. This overlay, so confusing on Nuke. For Pasha this time. Simple's going to get smoked off aggressively from the CTs, but does jump over the box. Realized there was someone. I believe that was Bialy trying to push up. No, it was Snacks. My mistake. So Snacks was trying to get up close. Simple spots it. Snacks falls off. World Edit again looking for the pick toward ramp. Pasha's going to adjust his angle, though, when he catches out Simple.
It's weird. How does it make it work every time? So much. It's so weird. How does it make it work?
That's the thing. He thought he had it checked. He was jumping over the box. He thought he knew exactly where they both were, and Pasha reads him perfectly. Neo's now going to get World Edit, so this time VP doesn't get aggressive. Well, I guess you could argue Pasha was aggressive, but it was calculated aggression. It wasn't just rushing out early.
For sure.
And now they have the man advantage because Blades brought it back to only one. He does catch Neo. As Markelov's still in lobby. He's being Mr. Patient for Flipside. No one's going to come his direction this time. VP knows they can't play that style anymore. It's given up 3 rounds, and they can't afford to give up much more than that.
Yep.
Look at Pasha. They've given up outside, sure. Yeah, they can have it because it's pistols, but he's already behind them. Simple realizes he's coming, but doesn't get the shot on him. Pasha headshot with the P2000. This is relentless from him. Markelov's going to try and reverse it. He's coming around now from behind as well. Comes back from the lobby and finally silences Pasha, but great start to the round from him.
Yeah, that's just basically breaking Flipside's tactic altogether. Like, another great flag from Pasha. And
Flipside tactics get broken. Flipside tactics.
Uh-huh.
Snacks onto World Edit. There's your USB, and Taz comes up, and then the CZ75. Still so powerful when you don't have the quick draw speed. He spams away and takes down both.
Yeah, and that's what happens when you don't really get the executor strategy. That happened to Flipside, and that was thanks to Pasha taking that early kill in the radio room and then just going full YOLO and flanking most of the Flipside squad on yard. And that's pretty much it. They could never execute their actual strategy, and that's what happened.
Back, and they want to come in upper. Markelov finds the first. Simple's also got an entry kill. Snacks goes down, and this is falling apart. VP can't hold. Pasha does use the nade to good effect, making a double now as he pops out with the op.
6 seconds.
And it's all left to World Edit. He has to plant this bomb. Pasha's not going to push it. Interestingly enough, he doesn't push it. He just wants to find out where he's going to fall to on the exit, but he's not going to fall. He's going to hold this angle. Pasha drops on top of him. He hears him, and he still gets the kill. Low HP does the trick.
Clutch.
Huge clutch indeed. All 3 go down to Pasha. Great read from Flipside to fall back off that ramp, and Pasha was the one that was held out initially and couldn't get that trade, but makes up for it. Retakes A and gets the defuse.
Definitely. Flipside making these late pushes work, but just Pasha's brilliant play there. It's just saving a day for Virtus.pro and keeping them here on the lead. Well, on the hunt for winning this map, because obviously they need to win out this half, and they're now 2-0 here.
That they would be back on pistols had they lost that. Look at that recoil control from Taz.
Yeah, Bondic almost saved it, but then Taz coming to town with those 2 big kills and got the entry. Markov, though, catching that bomb guy, was in lobby picking it up. Just couldn't clutch it in the end. But nice change of pace from Virtus as well. They smoked yard and made it seem like they were going lower again, but instead they were doing an upper split. And yeah, this is the type of things you need to play by. Once you've been doing a lot of similar things, you just sort of need to play by that and sort of fake it. And that was just a nice fake from Virtus. Sort of make Flipside think they were doing a certain thing, but then just using that as their advantage. Still not able to, well, finally able to capitalize on this situation and get that first round on T-side overtime.
Double smokes coming out again, but the difference this time is Blade's already on the stairs at Secret. Simple's going to flash them off. He's not going to go aggressive. There's no way he will, although he does. He actually peeks up. I thought he would wait for them to push into him. Instead, he gets the early advantage, catching Pasha. Pasha gets caught. There it is. Simple spots it. So that gap is to the detriment of VP. They're already a man down, and that's been their go-to play, is working in towards Secret. Luckily, Neo mans up, goes through anyway. Does spot up the door opening and turns around just in time. That's World Edit to drop. Now they've got it back to an even situation. Blade's behind them, though. He knows he's already come through vent. Not able to hit that first shot. Okay. Recomposes himself, because if he continued to spray, he would have whiffed that for sure. Now Markelov's got a kill. Snacks, though. Excellent shot. Does catch Simple on Turnpike. And brings it back to only a man advantage for Flipside, but Bondic changes that yet again. But Snacks wants this bomb. He knows Markelov's in the corner. So predictable as he waits and camps it out. He was low HP as well, so easy kill to work with. Lots of time, 24 seconds and down to a one-on-one, catching on Blade. This Vulcan stat track needs 3 more added to it, not just 2, and he won't get it. It's going to go the way of Bondic in the end. And
great positioning by him.
yep, Bondic reads it well, and Bondic's been pretty good at closing out Mop right there as they come in, and Flipside gets the 16th round, the round they could not get in regulation. So Virtus.pro.
The problem is, when you're spending so much time without making any decisions, is that you will have only about less than 30 seconds on committing to a site, and that's just going to cost you to do hasty decisions. And it seems like Markelov was obviously in a perfect spot to counter what they were doing. But that's the thing, when you're spending a lot of time early on in the round just basically doing nothing, it's going to make you pay in the later round if you have not decided on what you're doing.
So 1 round the difference. First overtime round does go CT side. Again, VP putting a bit of presence in the yard. Slight smoke gap, though. They've got to be weary of this because Simple's holding that angle, and Pasha...
It's a huge gap.
He's received it as World Edit, though, brings it back. Snacks to drop, and Bialy did get traded, so they've got the man advantage now. But they have picked up an M4 on VP's side. Pasha's the one holding on to that. Neo's not holding on to anything except for the remains of what's left inside his head of that bullet. Blade's going to find Pasha as well, so no M4 left. Just Taz again, 1-on-3. Does have bomb, does have this P250, but doesn't have a lot of room to work. They know where he is. He does do good damage on Blade. That's at least 1 positive for him, but Bondic comes out immediately after, and it is double digits both sides, and VP starting to feel the pressure because if Flipside win this in 2, not only would that go against all odds, it would look poorly for VP, but it keeps them out of this tournament. They're gone.
Yeah, and right now, Flipside definitely is on the driver's seat on Nuke because they've not dropped a single round on their CT half so far, and now it's Virtus.pro's turn to really understand on what kind of defense they're playing with and playing against, and how they're going to make it work. It seems like they're going to be early to Virtus if they wanted to, but Virtus right now is not opting not to go there. Maybe they're thinking there's going to be an opera there, and they don't like the fact at all. Just as I say that, Bialy, though, he's scouting out that yard. He's getting a lot of information on the fact on a possible stack on upper from Flipside.
Markelov's forced off. They've gotten inside the ramp room. They haven't found a way down. That flash does buy them a little more time and Flipside to rotate. The question is, do they want to put someone in Turnpike? They do. It's World Edit. He's already found Neo. Snacks responding. Markelov bides his time and comes up perfectly, peeking onto Snacks, and that's a kill going his way. So the man advantage still stays with Flipside, or does it? Bialy brings it back. Blade trades him off. And the bomb's still up, still in the hands, but Pasha's down, and that means Taz has to hold on to the hot potato with all of his life and go against 3 players. They haven't got a gun round yet. They haven't found anything to work with, and Taz gets caught in heaven. Blade takes him down, and we're only 1 the difference. Flipside up to 9.
Yep, and Virtus.pro, we need to realize right now we're just a bit of a waiting game going on here. It seems like it's going to be an upper push coming momentarily. Bonding here on main. See how it works out.
Taz needs to be careful. They're on both sides. He does pick up Bondic first, and the smoke will give him a bit of space to fall back. Bialy was supporting him, and they make it work perfectly. Great crossfire. Snacks arrives just in time from heaven as well, so Markelov gets the only kill on entry. And the man advantage for Virtus.pro pays off that round, 7-3. See if Flipside can find the early pick again, though, because that's when they've made full control and full plays on the map. My sentence there didn't make any sense. You get the point.
The important point to make at this point is that Flipside, since they can fully buy out here, should they win this round, that's going to spell a lot of trouble for Virtus, since they're going to be fully invested in this one. So they're going to have to, should Flipside win this round, they would be either going for a totally broken forced buy or a bit of a broken buy on the round after.
Drop one out for a teammate. So M4 goes up, and they'll have the 2 SMGs to support in the MP9, or pardon me, the MP7 and the UMP45.
Yeah, I think Freiberg made a good comment on Twitter about the SMGs. As they are buffed right now, they're a pretty good counter on those Tech 9s. And we saw Snacks just use that in his favor. With the fast moving speed and everything. It's definitely a bonus.
Firing away is World Edit, trying to hit up a shot through the smoke. Bondic's down to 32. Neo did get tagged by that just a little bit, down to 81, so 19 off of him. But look at this hut presence. 1 above, 1 below.
And Taz here in a sneaky little position, waiting for anyone to pop out. Markelov behind that wall.
And the thing is that if Taz does go down, he knows they're going to commit to doorway, so he'll be able to turn. Bialy above him will be able to turn quickly and guess correctly on that position. But Taz gets the first kill regardless. Easy shot for him again. CZ75 making...
Smokes again. Seems like there's going to be a push towards the secret area once again coming up.
Pasha gets the first. It's actually Blade that goes down this time. It's not simple over there because, like I said, he's on the op, so he's changed his angle, but they're in upper. They've sold it completely. Bondic's not sold, though. He's still up there. Taz responds. He gets 2. Great spray controls. He actually caught World Edit the second he came up the ladder. He just spammed away, and unfortunately, the head popped up at exactly the wrong time, so he might have thought he was an angel climbing into hell, but his wings were clipped. Markelov's got the bomb. You're dead right. That catches out Neo, and now VP are back on the back foot. They've got to pull their way into this, and Simple does get caught. But again, the bomb's still secured. Markelov has it. They need to read that he's inside the squeaky room immediately. They will play this off together. Taz gets dropped, but Pasha needs to come out now. He's low HP, and he does. Catching Markelov. And this round means more than just one T-sided round overtime. It means sustaining economy, because right now, they are so fragile. 2 kills, and now we're on 13, and VP had another chance for lower they don't get.
Yeah. Wow. World Eddie just whiffed a first shot, and then... right here, and now he gets a double. Wow, Markelov and World Edit were the 2 guys who just really made it happen for Flipside in this round. It seemed with Taz getting that entry in lower to Simple, it seemed like Virtus.pro had all the opportunities, but then Markelov just denied the late push, and yeah, World Edit just closing it out right there.
Insane plays, and VP can't buy themselves anything, including guns this round. They've got no money.
That's the thing. When you win a round after such a string of losses, and then you lose another one after winning one, money bonus is down the drain, and this is what the consequence is.
And look at Markelov passively playing ramp, falls kills at ramp. They would just push in behind them. They would catch them out as they rushed onto ramp, and they weren't doing it. So
yep, and Virtus.pro going for the force buy as well.
yeah, it's
a reasonable decision to make, considering they know the money situation and what it is like. So they know they can force Flipside on an eco probably if they win this.
And it's all been Snacks. He's on 14. He leads the way in the whole server. Taz the only one in double digits with 10, and Neo's firing away with the scout right now. No tags for him. Or rather, did he? I think he might have hit World Edit there because he's down to 30, so he gets the better of the exchange.
Yeah, it's good to see it. Like, Virtus has been dictating that yard play a lot, but Flipside still being able to manage to get 4 rounds. It's an impressive job from them.
Look at this push, though. Again, Pash outside. Wants to get aggressive, and they line up. Oh, Blade. He was the one that was intended to die. Bondic just walked back and caught a bullet that didn't have his name on it. So he goes down as well, and that means it's a 2-man advantage. VP somehow makes it now with the Tech 9s wreaking havoc over on Neo as he tries to fall back into Turnpike. Already a decent eco round based on those 2 shots. We've seen World Edit with a highlight material play with the Deagle. And now look, they've got the man advantage. Snacks is awkwardly pinched. He does turn and guess right. He takes down World Edit, who was the closer player. But it's still a 2-on-2. Yep. M4's up. Only pistol still for Flipside. They haven't been able to push forward and get a gun, but Snacks doesn't read it. He doesn't realize they're that split up. He had no anticipation that one would be still at the radio connector, and he drops as a result. So Bialy has to win this. Does have the rifle, but now Bondic's also picked one up because it was easy to collect. And he's going to catch him off, trying to run back and support his teammate at upper. Doesn't get the kill. A little bit of damage, but now he knows they have to be on A. He's got to be careful, though, because they're also going to be waiting at the top of the ladder. Pops up, throws the nade. Realizes he's waiting, dodges the bullet. But again, it's predictable because if he can't come up that ladder, where else does he go? It has to be Mini.
Yep.
So he'll walk in. Low HP right now for Bondic. Gets
been a while. We're in April now.
Yep.
If you haven't noticed.
I kind of haven't. It's been a blur.
Yeah.
I know I got a year older somewhere in there, and things have changed. I can finally grow facial hair in under like 3 days, sort of.
Congratulations
High
on
definition camera, please zoom in and show people that I actually have hair here somewhere. But speaking of Cologne, well, we've got the chance. You fly from directly here. Actually, you go back to Helsinki, but you don't even get to leave the airport. You go straight to Cologne. How's 3D Max looking forward to that?
Well, it's going to be tough. Obviously, we're not going to be getting a lot of practice in between now and that tournament. For obvious reasons, I'm here doing this. So it's going to be tough. It's going to be 8 teams, or 7 teams beside us with... like NVS is going to be there. We're going to be sharing a group with them and Titan and Copenhagen Wolves. I think our first game is going to be against Titan. It's going to be tough. It's going to be a cool experience, though. I've never been to the their Cologne studio is going to be fun.
It's going to go the way of VP. Bialy gets the final kill, and that means we've only got 12 now for Virtus.pro, but they're still in this.
They're still in this, and they're forcing Flipside in a situation where they got to really think about if they're going to force it up here or not, and they are. It is a bit of a risk, but at this point, considering the money situation they know Virtus.pro is in, it's a reasonable call to make. Bialy, though, that previous round, he just had some really key frags and made it possible for Virtus.pro to stay alive in this matchup. Simple still with the getting the op out here in the yard. Let's see how that's gonna affect the match here in Virtus's approach.
Well, he's about to get tested as well. He's already fallen off the main angle. He's gonna actually go over. Does he ascend into heaven or does he rotate through?
Sick red, it seems.
Yeah, no, he's actually gone. Yeah, okay, so maybe he's going to waiting back and getting those picks. And VP, they went back to it late. They cost them one round. It sort of worked. Pasha was reasonable with it. He was more calculated than the others. We'll say Taz, of course, perhaps not so the way he rushed through Hut in a couple rounds, but no less. It is 5-10, and Flipside now on the defense.
Yep. And the pistol round is live as we speak, and here we go. Well, seems like a really fast round from Virtus.pro on the yard is taking place.
It's already going the way of Flipside, in fact, because World Edit and Blade, or pardon me, of the way of VP, because World Edit and Blade are down to 31 and 44, and they're pushed back inside Turnpike. Snacks is already through the window. They've wrapped completely outside, and Snacks, great reaction shot, catches World Edit, as well as forcing Markelov all the way back into the ramp. He's got 24 HP left, and he's got a player down below waiting. In fact, the fire's going to do the damage. Neo burns him alive. Simple responds. Great shot from the USP. Neo does drop.
But if they didn't, what was going to happen, they were going to go lower, and then Blake got the first pick when they went lower, and that was game over for Virtus.pro. But they still got a full buy out of it. Plenty of money to work with, so...
And they're going back to their aggressive ways because they're already around the Twinkie outside. They're rounding about onto the front garage. Left it open. Simple's pushed back left side, though, so he won't be able to catch them on the angle when they do drop into secret. And already Neo, Snacks, and Bialy are down there. They trade out on World Edit. This gives them a bit of space. Markelov Blade already on the ramp side. Bondik's still upstairs, and he has to rotate out of this hut, but he's trapped in by this smoke. He won't be able to get back as quickly. And Snacks, he goes back to the op. We saw him use it to such great effect on Cobble. And already he finds Blade. Markelov needs to hit this shot. Famas can't do it. Does hit the shot on Bialy, and somehow that second bullet caught Snacks' head. He dinks him up, so he's down to 20. A little bit of luck after a horrible spray hitting the middle of that window.
I don't understand why Virtus.pro is spending so much time without committing to the site. They had all the control.
Down eventually does get answered. No, I love how his body lands into the leg squats. Work out those quads. But look at Simple already resuming duties down low as he rotates back around. That's a hat trick for him in the round, and the two of them combined for all five. We're 2 away from the win here for Virtus.pro. Look how ready I am to say that. It's Flipside.
Yep, they're making
who might
work.
take this series and play again tomorrow night. This is quite remarkable from them. And if this is, I mean, look, this is online. There's no doubt about it. They did have a reasonable event at Copenhagen, up and down. Sure, not a top tier event, but I still say this is a team with a ton of potential. And if these performances can become consistent, the future looks bright, and I'm very much looking forward to seeing it.
Most definitely, and they've really showed up here today, and they've been just sharper than Virtus.pro has. That's definitely the conclusion we can make so far. But just don't count these Polish guys out yet. They've got some tricks in there. The VP just had was to at least get that bomb plant, because that's going to help them going further. So a lot of teams actually have these small detail tactics where you're going to be on a save, but you have a bit of extra dollars to spend on nades, and you have a few smokes, calculated smokes and flashes that are going to help you a lot in terms of getting a bomb plant and helping you further down in the match.
So flash out, Simple gets blinded up, but he'll get one out in response. That'll slow down the push from VP, but of course, Pasha has this op. Flames extinguished via the smoke inside the hut. Snacks looks inside radio. Looks to his teammate, perhaps wanting to get flashed in, but that won't matter. Markelov's not playing at an angle that will catch him, so he'll pop flash himself. Slowly getting more aggressive, slowly checking it off, but smokes as well. That'll cover off vision and slow down VP even more, and that nade's going to do worse. Pasha eats that one, down to 34 on him already.
Yeah, it seems like Flipside is giving a lot of control of yard.
The aggression work one more time. Bomb still dropped intentionally outside in the entry to lobby, but they need to respond, and Simple's going to do it. Does find Pasha lurking back out toward Mini, trying to establish more dominance in the yard, and Can they get more? It's Op versus Scout. Neo did spot him, doesn't land the shot. Bialy does find Markelov, though. That's with a pistol coming in from main, and now it's Snack's going to rotate over, so they've locked down upper, and this bomb is all that's left, but it's simple to hold it, and he's running back to spawn because he wants to hold this Op.
Yeah, it's just the aggression of Yard. They just make you work, Virtus.pro, round after round after round. And that just comes out of Pash's style of play. Just the way he reads those situations is so clever. He's making it work. Even though Flipside already know it's going to be happening, it's still somehow, it's just the instinctive plays from Pasha and the way he times things that makes it work round after round after round. And just an awesome play from Pasha. Once again, here we can see it again. He picks up this kill on play, and so at this point, money situation is actually favoring Flipside, and being 7-3 at this point is not the worst situation. They really just need to be able to pick up one of these rounds here. Well, the optimal situation would be for them to pick this round right here, and they'd be definitely in a strong position here on Nuke.
So it's Snacks that's directly outside this time because Pasha originally went toward ramp with the Op. He has fallen back now toward Hell, but he's still in Turnpike or close to Turnpike if he wants to get a quick rotation. Markelov dropping out this smoke. That goes all the way deep. That'll cover off Heaven to let them try and work out her, and they're smoking off in front of the garage as well. But Snacks is up front. They catch him.
Wow.
This gives them secret. Now they've got full control. They can't even get Pash into a position to cover from upper, so that Markelov smoke now has paid dividends, and he's going to work it onto ramp. Blade, though, with the bomb falls back. He's not gone to secret. He's heading back to...
You know, playing against top teams, that it actually is to stay up there fighting with these teams, because you gotta, people are going to learn how you play, and you gotta find new ways. And
I mean, you actually hit the nail on the head with exactly that point in the pregame when you said Penta is aggressive, and that's what's worked for them. But as soon as you know they're aggressive, then it's easy to counter. Yep. And it's very often you see these lower tier teams, these tier 2 teams get these big wins. Let's think back to MLG when we saw CLG take down LDLC, now Envious, and everyone was, oh my God, that's crazy. But what happened in the next game? Back to normality against a team who knew their play style. It was Liquid who read them like a book. So what happens is, like you say, you don't get a read on these lower teams. Titan does it all the time. They play awesome against the teams they know. They play against the lower tier team they don't see as often. They don't have as good a read, and they don't react well enough, so they get caught off guard. Yep. And it's super easy to get 1 or 2 wins, but once you stick around and people learn you, it's hard a lot harder.
Yeah, it's hard to keep it sustainable in the longer run. After time, or going through ramps to lower, and it's just seemed to be working out for them so far. Now it's Flipside turn to either the tricky situation right now is Virtus.pro going to start and fake that here and late, and how's that going to affect Flipside's approach on their rotation? Those two factors are going to be coming into play here in these last few rounds. Or last 2 rounds, rather. As we're all tied up, 14-14, Virtus.pro. It looked very grim for them for a moment there, but all of a sudden, the Polish guys are back alive.
Well, life late is better than no life at all.
That is very true, my friend.
So they'll have that 1 AK on Simple, forcing up to a FAMAS for World Edit and Blade now as well. And 2 M4s is in the cards. Bondik's going to have the A1, M4A4 rather.
In their sleeve, and now it's the time to bring those out.
Pasha going to flash outside, does want to try and round the corner. Simple's the one that's waiting, and remember, he's been caught a number of times in this position. He had a decent T side, but CT, although he's on 19 frags, second on the team, hasn't really been effective, or at least efficient. The last round worked out for him. Good rotation, but when he goes down early, he leaves a lot of opening. He won't. He's going to find Neo. This time they trade it, but the job's already done. The damage is already in. Taz responding, though, catches Markelov as he tries to come back out from Toxic. Bondik and Blade collect the 2 lurkers upper, but the plant is already happening inside the smoke. They know that he has to be up close, though, so Bialy bails out, gets Bondik in the kill. It's still an awkward position right now, though, for Snacks. He's stuck on the floor. He's stuck inside the site. The flash comes out. He will try and counter peek it, though. Using the smoke to his advantage now. Here's a man drop down, catches him off. That's Blade. World Edit does respond to trade. Now it's down to a 1-on-1, and World Edit's on only 12 HP, and that's going to do it. Rounds only get a gun round. It's all the difference. Just by getting those outside picks and getting around those smokes, they utilize it perfectly. 4 spy works, and this is far from over.
Yeah, regardless of the fact that Simple got a lot of information early that at least 3 people were going lower from exit or secret, still, Flipside did have an early Virtus.pro chasing towards lower. Virtus.pro still managed to make it work. Yeah, just well played there from Virtus.pro.
Taz will go ahead and jump up outside. He's got the bomb with him, though. He needs to be a little bit aware of that. See if he places it back down somewhere that's a little bit quicker to grab. But Bialy and Pasha will work outside with him. Snacks is going to go around, so they're committing. It's 5 outside right now, or at least it will be for VP momentarily. Smoke's already off on Big. And Snacks rounds the corner, checks off up close just in case. Flash as well going out, but Snacks gets tagged up again. 17 for him. That op came out and just coupled, though. Aggressive op. Taz down. We'll see if Markelov tries to push in and get this M4, because then they might be able to save 2. Markelov does. He has picked it up. They want more. They're actually going to try and go in on the site. They can't spam away. Snacks does finally take down Simple, but he's used a lot of his ammo. He's got to be careful. Switches to the USB, but it's Markelov trapped inside the closet in the end because the door won't open. And now we're double digits for Virtus.pro. 15th round. Everyone's going to force out anything they can.
Yeah, if you think about it, the smart play from Flipside on that round would have been spending as much time as possible out of the clock and then have the other 4 guys just run out somewhere and have Simple save out that op for the last round. They didn't opt to do it though, but I think that would have been a smart approach considering the amount of money they had left, and now they're going to have to deal with having 3 smokes and 1 guy without any nades whatsoever. See how they make this work. So it's going to be hard. Nuke is one of those maps where you need a lot of nades, but Simple here getting that first pick on Snacks is going to be big. A nice little detail to point out there. Markelov going for the kill, not the planter, but the guys above there towards the ramp, and then for the planter. Because obviously when you're planting a bomb, you're not going to be a threat at that point. So he did the right play there, and just Flipside here, taking the 3-1 lead. We're going into the last round here on this overtime, first overtime.
Shots coming out. Taz takes down Blade. It's time to get the early kill, and it's not by their default play outside, although Pasha and Bialy are still working up. They're going to split upper this time. Pasha wants to come through Mini. He may catch off onto Simple, who is already looking toward that squeaky. Bondic does respond into Taz, though, but Pasha's still got position inside Mini. That nade will go out and do a little bit of damage to him. Only 12 HP as he drops to 88, and World Edit still has this op upper, though, so he can't necessarily walk directly in the site. They've got 3 flashes to work with, 2 Molotovs and 3 smokes. There's 1 out. Bottom through the edge of T-Red.
Yeah, and they're going secret once again.
Blade's aware of it. Gets caught in reverse. Pasha finds him. Excellent shot. That takes down the potential for the early flank, and Taz is still lurking lower. There was a smoke to delay them, but they're all stacked up. They'll come through with force, and it will be the plow. We'll see if it can clear the roads and find a way into B. The first shot's already successful. It's Simple to drop yet again.
Huge kill by Taz.
Markelov's arrived. He's up close by the glass on the window, breaks it out, gets the first shot, gets the second. That's your bomb down. He's got himself a chance here. Fires it off so they can't push in behind him, and he's going to wait for the flames to extinguish on vent before jumping in and potentially getting in behind them. Pasha, though, pushing forward, does get this bomb back into the hands of VP. But 3-on-3, no room for the take, or is there? Pasha's going to make it. Markelov opens up and drops down. The door's shut now in response. He opens them back up. They still want to go in. World Edit's up close. They line up. It's double penetration for World Edit, and Bondic closes it out. Flipside gifted. That smoke. First one already bounced in. Markelov, the man up close at that, gives a bit more time to his Snacks. Is going to be trying to find a counter smoke through HUD. If he bounces it off the wall and it lands on the outside of the door, you can rush in a little bit deeper before you're spotted.
Yep, an upper push is just about happened here. Virtus bought some nades to make a reasonable attack coming up on upper any second now. That Molotov on the squeaky, it's going to slow it down a lot. But there's a smoke in the Molotov as well.
And Bondic, though, does spot them from above. That's Pasha to drop. Taz at least gets Blade, but Bondic's found more. He's got 2, make it 3. Taz as well. As Simple's inside the site, catching off Bialy, coming through Squeaky. He was the last one in, and he's also going to get Snacks.
Yeah.
So bomb will be defused.
Yeah.
Both teams have to do this the hard way because both CT sides won the pistol, and that means VP has to answer the call of 5 gun rounds going the way of Flipside. And remember, if they don't, it's all over. They won't be at DreamHack Bucharest. Lose this series, and you are done.
Yeah. The point of that, those motion flashes.
Let's see if he can add to that tally right now. They are walking in his direction. Blade's already going to fire away. Breaks out the right side ramp with that from Austin. Tries to do more damage onto them, but not a whole lot. There's Markelov. Had one to the stat track. Can he get more? They rush onto his position. No, Neo. Great shot from him. That gets VP back inside the site, but World Edit's rotated. That M4's done the damage on Pasha. Neo dropping as well, and Taz is all that's left. Gets 1, and he won't find more. We're on to 10-7. Flipside anti-eco. A little bit of damage done from VP, but successful no less.
Yeah, and it was Virtus.pro pretty much almost fully invested in that round as well. Did not manage to get the bomb down. Did get 3 kills though, so that's good going forward. But still, we're gonna have Virtus on a save round here, and they're gonna grind it out as well, just as Flipside did without that pistol round.
So World Edit holding on the backside of Turnpike, waiting with
On World Edit, that's gonna make a
Super.
huge dent on Flipside's strategies here, and yeah, it's just really hard to get anything work when you're just down to 4 or 5 on right away.
And that's a super aggressive pick from Pasha, and immediately they changed it out. So he's back outside.
Yep.
And in fact, they smoke off Big Garage. He has so much map control based on that smoke that Snacks just threw that he's easily able to walk inside the secret stairs. They won't anticipate him to be there, and he walks up.
Another
Simple's
pick.
just a deer in the headlights. Easy shots, easy teamwork, and that's why VP's so good. They played together so long. Bialy just has to wait it out. Snacks will catch out Bondic. As Bialy doesn't get caught off guard, and he gets a kill as well as Snacks will clean up the last one. So only 1 kill going that time the way of Flipside, and it's Goose Egg still for them versus 6 for VP.
Yeah, it's looking way too easy right now for Virtus.pro. Flipside doesn't seem to have any answer for Virtus.pro's early aggression, especially Pasha just going to town and keeping Flipside on chat. Bondic hurt him though, running around. So
Well, they're both here now. Taz has joined them. They've got one inside on that ladder, but they're spot up. I think that Bondic thought it was a flash. He looks away, tries to dodge it. He gets the first kill, and Pasha whiffs the shot. If Pasha hits that, they're in the sight. He doesn't. Bondic gets 2, and now it's the lead for Flipside.
11-10, yeah, and it's looking pretty grim at this point for Virtus.pro. They're not getting any openings, even though they got the trade kill early last round. Still not managing to really use that in their advantage, because then the kills from Flipside came around from all over the map pretty much. It feels like so far Virtus.pro is just not finding the openings they would like to. I think they need to just probably speed up their game a bit here at this point.
They're going to have to speed it up in more ways than just pace. They've got to speed it up in terms of frags, and already they've gone 2 against them. Taz finally does respond. They have rifles out. Let's keep it.
The CT side, 3 more to go for them. But Flipside making these rounds close, it's going to be hard for Virtus really to run it out here at this point.
So still 1 round the difference. It's Flipside up. But remember, they haven't found one yet on their T side. Pasha gets Bondic crossing out in the yard. Huge gap in the smokes.
Yeah, what's going on with the smokes? Someone's missing their smoke completely.
Pasha wants more out there as well, but there's no one up close. Blade's the only one left outside, and he's way back by the Twinkie. Bomb's back there for him to go pick up. He'll recover that. World Edit wants the shot on Neo. He's still taking that fight, but Neo gets the better of it. In fact, sends him into orbit, apparently, as we spin round and round the corpse. But the bomb's still up. They'll still try and work with this. Snack's getting more aggressive outside. He's already pushed up beyond T-Red. This will give a read to his planned or have in the past if history repeats itself for them.
Yeah, they got 14 on Cobblestone without a single pistol round. So.
That's exactly. I mean, and let's just say, if they get 6 now without a pistol, VP has dropped the ball, because with the pistol, I would have said 6 to 7 would be where we land. And by not getting that, their CT side is going to be even more important, and I'm not 100% sure they'll add up to it. We'll see if it pays off. It's possible, but VP might have bought themselves more than just these early 3 rounds. They might have bought themselves 3 rounds that come out big late. Here's your double smoke outside.
But not a lot of presence from Flipside, though.
And Snacks has already passed it, too.
Yep. It's only Simple outside so far.
And Simple just fired up toward the catwalk where Pasha was waiting, so now Snacks will have that information. In fact, he falls back, plays the angle to perfection, drops Simple. As Bondic is the second player out there, hasn't peeked away. Neo does get World Edit. In fact, he's got double now as Blade will go down, and Snacks, or pardon me, it's Bialy this time. He's actually aggressive. He'll catch out Bondic. Markelov does respond.
They got broke down. Flipside going for that early buy, Tech 9s and armors. A bit of a nades to work with as well, so a possible execution coming up here. Some sort of strat here. Maybe just smoking off yard. But Snacks really aggressive push here on yard. He could really catch people off guard at the boxes all the way down on yard.
Again, aggression. Like you say, Snacks already there, just continuing to fire away in this SMG. There's no stopping. This thing is just insane, and he just moves back and forth. 3 kills. Markelov does get him with the Tech 9 in the end, but damage already dealt. Markelov, though, more damage. Firing up to Neo. fact, World Edit gets Neo, pardon me, as Pasha does drop Markelov down, and World Edit tries to wrap back around from the ramp room, finds himself Bialy in the lobby waiting, and 2 down. That's reasonable for Flipside, but no bomb plants, so VP will be able to go right back in with guns, and of course, with those SMG kills from Snacks, he's built up quite an economy. 61 for him, and yeah, he's already going to on finally with 1, and he'll continue in the site. Great entry from him, but it's only him. He's got to win this whole time. Nope, sorry, my friend. You've got an 8 out at the exact wrong moment. Easy kill, 4-0.
The aggression from Virtus.pro right now is really causing a lot of trouble for Flipside's tactics. Flipside tactics. See what I did there? They're not really making it work out right now. Virtus.pro, just the aggression is being too much here early on. Pistol round, Pasha's aggression just destroyed their strategy. First weapon round, just a clean sweep for Virtus.pro with the aggression. Well, Flipside is gonna have to just adjust their playstyle a bit to understand what kind of play Virtus.pro is bringing to the table here in their CT.
Flash goes off on ramp, does catch 1, but simple. What a deagle shot. Pasha just got absolutely obliterated. And another, what? 2 shots, 2 kills. Huge play outside from Simple. Snacks has had enough, he'll respond. But World's the first shot on Blade. Now he's got a chance because Bondik's already on 17. He does try and switch to the pistol quickly in case he got counter-peeked, but he'll take the time to reload it. Does have a kit, does have time. Gonna try and use this smoke. Interesting because Bondik's already come out, but he spotted him. He saw him before he got into the site, and now he gets the defuse. Great play by Bialy. And it's gonna be 5 to Virtus.pro. Excellent eco round, though, from Flipside. Huge shots from Simple.
Yeah, those shots here, as we can see here, are just next level. That's just Deagle at its best, to be honest with you. And then World Edit got the kill with the Deck 9 on ramps, I believe it was. And it just turned around on its head. But Bialy coming in with the huge 1-on-2 clutch, putting it up 5-0 for Virtus.pro at this point.
That's big.
Let's see if there's going to be a change of pace for Flipside. I think they're just spending way too much time here without having any map control, as Pasha again gets the first pick, not giving them any room. But I think Flipside should probably answer with aggression of their own. Taking up, I know it's a bit of it's intimidating to rush on that yard when you're facing an opera like Pasha there. But you just gotta speed it up when that happens. And for now, they have not done that. Let's see if they adjust their playstyle. Seems they're pushing for yard a bit faster this time though.
Spam away on Hut. Snacks takes the only damage so far. Markelov still looking for a gap in that smoke to try and get some information through the window, or at least an early pick. But they'll secondary smoke it. That delays it further. Bondik and Simple have found their way up towards T-Red. In fact, they're boosting over it. But Pasha's got time to line it up because they can't land the headshot from the AK, so he gets the kill, and now they're going to have company from Secret as well, as it looks like Snacks is rotated down through the vents, pops up there. Doesn't get a kill, but takes Bondik down to 50, and they're already a man down, as we saw. So this is looking good for Virtus.pro again. They'll try and address ramp this time. World Edit comes through that smoke, finds out Taz is rotated, already gets the kill. Blade readdresses it, trades him off, but he's got 2 more players still there that I don't think he spotted out and he hasn't been made aware of. Somehow, though, he walks past them, uses the smoke to his advantage. He's gotten on the backside of ramp, and he's already spotted up 1. Easy kill. He's going to turn back. Neo's got there in front of him. Pardon me, Neo's already up. It's Pasha there in front of him, and he's going to get pinched because now it's Markelov to join in on the party. That smoke holds him out.
They're just
and Pasha, oh, that was smart. He used it to his advantage. He knew he was overwhelmed. He runs back through it, and he'll use the smoke that was placed to get behind Flipside's players. And that's the key. Bondik will find 2. Bialy and Pasha drop. This is their best chance for a round, but where's the bomb? It's finally getting planted. Markelov's going to place it upper, and Snacks does read it. He does realize that's where they are, but it's going to be a very hard retake for him.
It's clear, almost impossible for him at this point. His best bet at this point is to get some exit kills, put a huge dent on Flipside, possibly more rounds than they're going to be needing about around 5 to 6 rounds here, I believe, to have a chance on this map.
So Simple's looking outer, as we can see, doing battle against Bialy, or at least cat and mouse game at this point. But World Edit finds your first pick. That means Flipside again have an early advantage. We'll see if they can utilize this to good effect. They are putting out smokes that wall outer, but they haven't really used it. Every time they've smoked outer, they haven't really gone in toward that secret position. They're just...
Flipside's really catching up on the earlier aggression Virtus.pro's been doing, and now it's actually playing in Flipside's advantage. since Neo has gone down on ramps, and that's going to give a lot of room to work with for Flipside. And Virtus is actually opting to just give out ramp.
Taz gets caught. That's another pick going the way for Bondic. He'll throw the bomb back because he's low HP and he wants to readdress it. He wants to try and find more. There is Bialy still upper, and in fact, he's caught out Simple, who tries to rush the vents from Squeaky. Blade responds. Pasha, though, look at him. He's already found World Edit down below, so now it's down to a 3-on-2 and full HP for both VP players. But that bomb's down. Mini's smoked off. There's no direct entry for Pasha, who's trying to come around from the backside of Hell.
Yep. It's going to be tough with the smoke being here in main. Pasha needs to be the guy to
Snacks needs to come in on time.
Yep.
He does get the first on Markelov. Blade trades him because he's waiting in the corner, and Blade's going to get both. Pasha doesn't come in nearly quick enough, and they don't work together. That means it's an easy round pickup for Flipside on that post-plant situation. And Snacks guessed they were going lower because at one point in that round, he was already down and hiding out in Toxic.
Yeah, he was there for quite a while, actually. And now this means that Flipside here has picked up the driver's seat, and Virtus is going to be forced on a save round. So a possible 6-3 situation for Flipside, and that's giving them a bit of a lifeline here. Still a lot of work ahead of them because they're going to be having to pick up a lot of gun rounds, which is always a tough task here on Nuke.
Markelov again posted in lobby. This time he does catch Taz. So again, the early aggression getting caught off. You mentioned it. They're catching on to it. And that's exactly what's going on as World Edit now gives them a 3-man, make it a 4-man advantage as Markelov finds Bialy. These pistols haven't found anything in response. Snacks is all that's left, and he's already spotted and already dropped. Flawless anti-eco from Flipside, and they're up to 3. They are catching on. This is the big thing. That's 3 gun rounds. And it's been definitely a change in momentum.
And especially the fact that they didn't drop a player in that round also is going to play in their advantage. I believe they only have one player with 11,000. Yeah, Bondic is up to $11,000 at this point as well. So their money situation is pretty good. So they can fully buy out even if they have, even if they lost this round, they'd be in a really good situation for the round going forward. It's easy to make when you have X-ray. You can see everything. They obviously don't, and that's one of those things you need to feel out. What kind of a play style does the CT play? Do they rotate or not? And as it seems like their Virtus.pro is not over-committing to a rotation at this point. Paid off for them, definitely.
And it's Markelov inside the lobby.
Pasha
might catch another one. This time Taz does get the kill. The Galil's not going to do enough, but World Edit got the first pick just before that. It was into Pasha, like you said, and he's going to get more. He also finds on Neo. That's over toward the ramp. He's going to fall back as well, and they catch out Bialy in lobby. So VP go back to the aggression. It doesn't pay off. It's only Snacks and Taz left, and Snacks is going to fall up into heaven. That doesn't make any sense. Gravity doesn't work that way. He's going to climb his way into heaven. Nonetheless, gets the shot on Bondic. Flashes it back up, but he's fallen down the ladder this time to make sure he stays alive, because if he got naded with 18 HP, it was an easy kill to go back to Flipside, and they will put the bomb lower. It's only Snacks left. He's got to play for exits, and now we're going to see an awkward situation where Flipside's going to be up to 4 gun rounds and an anti-eco coming their way next.
Yeah. Or it could be a force buy from Virtus.pro as well. Should Snacks be able to save this gun, Taz and Pasha could have a okay buy. So let's see what Virtus.pro opts to do here, as Flipside is going to be up to 4 rounds. And like we pointed out, no pistol for them, and they're up to 4 rounds at this point. It's a reasonable job for them already. T-side nuke. Terrorists win. The lobby push, though, from Virtus.pro just didn't work out. That was a classic from 1.6. We see a lot of that back in the day, but just didn't work out for them this time.
And the thing is, Markelov's been waiting there round after round.
Yep.
They actually got him with that time. Taz found the kill, but World Edit came back over and just said, I'm just supporting my teammates at this point. I've already got my entry kills. And they walk into it. And I think what the anticipation was because World Edit found those 2, so he is below. It looked like he was coming out mini. Regardless, he'll get Simple either way. And they're already in position on this retake, but he's looking above. He changes his aim just in time. World Edit drops. Blade responds. It's all on Bialy in the backside of ends. He does prop out, and Markelov gets him. So Flipside get the 5th, and it's 10-5 at half. 5 gun rounds, no less, and that's a great effort. I mean, keep in mind, if they win the pistol, get those 3 early rounds, this could have been 8-7 Flipside, so it's all on VP now on the T side to do the job.
Definitely getting 5 rounds on T side nuke without a pistol round. It's a massive job, and even though it seemed like VP was really dictating the plays a lot of the times, they were playing aggressively and they were really making it work. Still, Flipside were able to grind those rounds out of somewhere. It felt like VP had the advantage all the time, but yeah, just great executions late round from Flipside.
Absolutely. No, and I have to say they adapted well in terms of catching on to VP's aggression. That's what gave them their first 3 rounds. Just VP's still coming. They're going all the way in the site. 3-on-3 and 3 HP for Blade. Dropping Simple is Snacks, and he'll push down. They know one's inside Toxic. Very low player indeed. Blade's still going to get the kill. Taz does go down. They haven't found the man in Toxic. He's going to use these doors to his advantage. How does Snacks not get this kill? As Bialy has already dropped down. We're in a one-on-one, and he's trapped inside the door. The bomb's outside of it. Snacks just wants to put a hole here. He just wants to get vision. That's all his intention is right now, but he's got to guess correctly. He's on the left side. He checks the right first. Does he respond back in time? Bondik's waiting on the ramp, and he gets it. Easy kill for him, just waiting on the angle. And that was awkward. If they killed that man inside the Toxic a lot sooner and Bialy not drop, they had the round.
Yeah, and Blade getting that kill on the planner was basically that one small detail that turned around in their favor. And he's playing Toxic in general, just opening that door, closing that door, running around and spending a lot of time out of the clock. Those 2 key factors contribute in a Flipside CT pistol round win. And they definitely needed that too. They would have been in deep trouble had they not won that. Seems like Virtus.pro here is opting on an early buy. They got a scout going on for them, a bunch of nades to work with. Let's see what they will have in their minds at this point.
So Blade's going to hold with the FAMAS. Bialy looking for the 1D, gets it. Simple down.
Wow, over-aggression from Simple there. Just catching up on him.
Good counter nade, though. That does take Pasha down to 39. But he's got the scout, so he'll look for the one-hit wonder as well. Bondik does respond. That Snacks caught off. P90 gets the advantage there. So we go back to 4s.
Yep, action's going to be on ramp any second now. Markelov all the way down to the lower side, though. So he's giving that map control on ramp for Virtus.pro.
Is that all zeros on his stat track?
Possibly.
That could be increased quickly with the current patch.
Here, should Flipside keep playing like this, then Yard is the way to go. They have a lot of room to work with on Yard. And they couldn't get, Virtus.pro was trying to get their early pick on ramp and upper, but just simply they were denied of that. And let's see if Flipside keeps playing like this, is Virtus.pro, are they going to catch up on the fact that there's a lot of room to work with on Yard? And I think that's one of the key parts here to watch out for. And it seems like Virtus.pro is actually opting to check that Yard with their smokes. They're gonna be here on our eco, but they do have 5 smokes to work with. So they're probably gonna try and get themselves downstairs and see what their rotation is like for Flipside. That's what a lot of teams do actually. They spend a bit of buck just to know what kind of strategies, what kind of defense you're facing and how fast rotations are with throwing these smokes and stuff.
Well, nice shot again by Bialy. Second time we've seen him hit that deagle shot outside. Simple. Second time.
Push on Yard. Simple though. Bit of a trade going on. Simple gets the first with Snacks, returns right away. Let's see if Virtus.pro can work with that.
Shots fired off from Snacks. They have at least got some presence outside, as they did take down Simple again. He needs to be more efficient in that position, but luckily his teammates are doing all the job afterwards. As Blade finds one of World Edit, immediately trades out onto Snacks, but Pasha gets him back. There's your op on the backside. He was deep over toward the big garage, and I don't think they were anticipating him to be there, so takes advantage of the angle, but there's still a man down. Blade's on 7. That gives them a bit to work with. Markelov still in behind Yellow on the ramp room. Taz is working lower. Pasha on the main entry right now, trying to use this op. The Dragon Lore on the VP sticker. Let's see if it's a combo. Reminded. Taz catches out the bullet from World Edit, so he drops down. And that was actually through a wall, apparently, although on my screen it looked pretty direct. So Neo does get back into Blade. He's all that's left. 24 for him. And this nade might do it or will it? It's too far to the right. No damage dealt. And he's going to get caught regardless. World Edit with the pistol and Flipside. Looking excellent tonight.
Yeah. Now you saw Virtus.pro speed it up, but still they're just getting picked apart right away. And this is one of those points where, you know, I think Virtus.pro should, if possible, take a time out, think about what they should be doing, and collect their thoughts. Because right now, as we see a force buy from Virtus.pro, it's looking very grim. They're just not making it work at all.
Well, they need to get something going for themselves right now. We do have World Edit back on this op. Markelov is going to fire away with this AK just preemptively through the smoke, trying to catch anyone that he can. Hasn't done so yet. As we do have Taz on an AK and forced up 2 Galils for both Mr. Biceps and Bialy. Neo and Snacks with the mini rifles, the Tech 9s. Markelov, that's your teammate. He's got his wits about him, that's the good news, but they are inside towards Secret already. Tagged up on the cross. Both
Simple.
Neo and Bialy lose HP. Bialy not so significant, but Neo's down to 18. Pasha does wait long enough to let that smoke go away and catches Simple through the edge of it. Neo's going to watch the flank. Now they've got a chance to get into lower, but this is Nuke. The rotations are so fast, and at least they've got smokes to work with. Blade goes through it. He gets on the inside of it. Taz catches him. Now they've got a chance to plant this bomb. VP finally in a good position. Bondic gets back into Neo, and he's planting in the open. There's no smoke. They catch the bomb planter. At least he's traded out. Snacks gets the kill in response, and they're doing more damage. Pasha's going to find Bondic. They've got it all down to one man. It's World Edit. What a close-up. No scope, and he's just got to hold. He's just got to wait. Bialy's up close. VP finally. For this reverse play towards Secret. I think you're right. He's inside the control room already because he went through Turnpike. And here comes VP again. They're going back to this split play, or at least this lower play. This is what worked for them on TSM, but it's taken them a while to make it work against Flipside, and Simple's going to delay it further. Does get traded by Taz. Nice headshot from the AK. Snacks wants to get these rotators coming out of upper, and he will. That's Blade down. That's huge because that's your opening side events, and he knows there's still more above him. He hears them, but Bondic gets the kill. Meanwhile, down low, in the basement, they're inside the site, and Pasha's found World at a good spray control. Neo now needs to get this plant quickly. Bondic's all that's left. He's got 12 HP. There is smoke on the left side of the ramp, and Neo just needs to hold the right, but that smoke will be gone by the time Bondic arrives, so he's going to have to play the off angle and just hold one side of it. The question is, how does Neo recover from that, or how does Pasha respond to that? Does he try and hold the other from the vents? He's not. He's just going to stay passive. And I don't think Bondic's going to go for this. He hasn't found anyone yet, so that he saved. And look at the fire raining out. They want to hold Simple in place, and they do. He's eating flames and bullets, everything going his way, and unfortunately not in a positive light. That means he's down and out. It's a two-man advantage now for VP. That smoke delays them, but they've got the first shot onto the control room stairs. That drops Markelov to 30. I think they're trying to read this, though, as an early rotation, so they're gone back upstairs. There's still two Flipside players there, but Pasha making up for lost ground on that entry that he missed at Mini. He gets the kill this time on Bondic, but he did get one before that. They've picked up this AK again. Blade's got it now. They still want around this corner. They still want in lower, and they are going to get it. Bialy will find Markelov, and they'll go for the plant. They have to at this point. Blade needs to save the AK for yet another round. Play for the exits, and he's already out toward lobby. So we are going to get tied back up, 14-14, and Virtus.pro might have found some ground late to walk on.
They have, definitely, and all they've been really doing is just going lower. They've just been taking over a Secret. Time
for Markelov. Pasha is going to go ahead and bring out his default, get to that op. He's not going to go outside, though. It looks like he's actually trying to peek through Secret. Or pardon me, on through Squeaky as Bialy waits outside for a careless peek if Simple tries or dares to come around the corner, but they're not. They're actually giving up the yard this time. They're playing for the rotation on ramp as Simple's upstairs in heaven. World Edit's already in the ramp room with Markelov. Pasha now will come out. He has rotated back around from inside. Didn't get the early pick, so he'll join Bialy, and we'll see if VP want to go for this push. This 3-2 split they've been going for. Neo slowly lurking. Blade inside immediately in front of the hut. They've got to get a read. They've got to find a pick. They've got to at least slow down or at least deter the angles from which Flipside are holding these choke points because they are in good position so far. Neo's going to be the first to do it. World Edit drops Simple, though. I mentioned he was inside. I mentioned he was playing in the support role. There's two for him all the way from Turnpike. Pasha does catch Markelov. That's your other player inside. Well, they do get it down now. That smoke covers it off. Markelov.
Too overcautious from them.
They're forced back. The fire comes out. We're looking potentially at overtime because Snacks and Taz just have to deal with Bondic. He's on top of the bomb, though. Did they spot him up? He baits them out. He's coming away from the smoke, and he's already found Snacks. He misses that op shot. Bondic's got the advantage now because Taz is locked in. He's got to make sure he comes out the right side. And this is so tense. Luckily, he backs away before Bondic spots him, and now he just has to use the timer to his advantage. He does. 15-15, and we've got an overtime in Virtus.pro. Get out of dodge. They steal an overtime away from defeat because this looked like it was all Flipside until late in these rounds.
Yeah, very late indeed. The answer, Virtus.pro's answer was going lower. They just kept pushing lower, and then they switched it up. Didn't work out, and then on the last round, they went lower again and made it work.
And we highlighted that. In fact, I think everyone's highlighted that. Against TSM, that's what worked, so I'm surprised they didn't go to it sooner. And they've got to keep looking to it now because it is starting to work. Of course, overtime for this league is MR10, 16K to start. So we've got 5 rounds of them again on T, and that's what the difference is going to be because there's no pistol round to give you the buff anymore. Mind you, Both teams got the gun rounds on T side. Neither of them had the pistol round on the T side. Neither of them had that easy head start. And that's how it's going to be in overtime as well because guns are already out. So World Edit this time is going to have the op. Markelov right back on the ramp where he's been playing.
A lot more yard presence from Flipside right off the bat here. All CT compared to how they did on the regular time. So see how that affects us.
And Snacks will go join with the rest of his teammates outside. So again, they want to try and use yard to get inside of Secret, but World Edit's going to catch them this time. It's not Simple out there waiting. Although Simple has gone down, Blade's going to come around. They're putting a lot more presence. They're putting a lot more defense into controlling Secret, and Blade's made good of it so far, but Neo's going to trade him back.
Got tagged, though. He's all the way down to 16 HP.
Markelov's already come off of ramp. He's in lower. The fact that this is an early rotation does mean there's room to fake back to upper, but World Edit's still there inside heaven. And it also looks like Bondik's on the floor. He hasn't left the upper side at all. In fact, he hasn't, so perhaps that opportunity doesn't exist after all. Bondik works his way into the corner.
A lot of pressure is going to be on Markelov here. 25 seconds on the clock as well, so Virtus.pro really need to speed things up here.
And they've committed lower. They're going to go there again. Markelov's going to hear it. He knows they're all there. He also knows his teammate's the one in vent, so they have to come out directly in front of him. He just needs to hold this angle. They drop it right in front of him. That flash has him so blind, but he's got lots of time because Pasha was also blinded up and also didn't turn back in on him. So a quick rounds late, and that's very important for Flipside as they get the 2-round lead. Third round of overtime about to start, and look at the money for VP because when you've got this many rounds, it starts to get fragile.
It definitely does, and so far, Flipside has been the one that's been making the changes, and seems like we have a double op setup from Flipside here coming up.
Well, that's big too because they haven't really run a full double op setup on their CT side. They obviously have plenty of op potential in the roster. Markelov obviously not picking it up quite as much in global offensive, but I'm sure if he had to, I'm sure if the moment called, he would be able to. It's World Edit and Simple that'll be holding on to them no less. And World Edit on ramp. Looks like he wants to try and get an early pick.
Yep, they have an opper working yard and working ramp. So that's going to be very hard for Virtus.pro on either one of the side of the maps, but there we go. Nice.
So Flipside do have somewhat of an answer right now to control this outside position, but Bondik's going to have to wait inside that hut. Just has to wait for the call to come, and Simple gets above again. They're over top of these smokes, and they're finding the vision required. Neo at least gets a trade, but there's still a man down. Simple on 7. That's your quickest kill to get back into this round and even it up, but he'll play passively. He'll just control, and Markelov in an angle we've yet to see them play. This might catch off VP.
Yeah, no, just the one guy here in lower. Markelov again being the sole guy in lower.
Snacks, though, again, going back to this op, does catch out World Edit. That opens up ramp, so now they can join in from the backside as well, although they're not convinced. Bondik's upstairs, not below. Markelov, nice. Look at him, just complete kills. Takes down 2. One of which was your bomb planter, so as I said, he was playing in that back angle. It might have caught them off, and it does exactly that. He'll get the defuse easily, and now we're on 18-16. 4 rounds done. Last round of the first half of overtime right now, and Virtus.pro so far only have 1 terrorist round. Side does catch Snacks. Pasha gets the response. He's down already. The alley's going to have to hold station and bail out Taz because he's stuck inside the hut right now, but it does force Markelov back. Taz knows that bomb's in the corner. He would have spotted it up, but of course, he won't be able to secure it. It just means they have the read that unfortunately Flipside have to put in some time and effort in getting back over to it. As this one smoke at ramp from Neo will delay World Edit and rob him of vision on this shot, but the spam's going both ways, in fact. As Neo gets down to 62. World Edit only loses 10 HP. M4 not able to tag him up quite so severely. Look out lower, though. Bondik's already gone down secret. As I mentioned, that bomb was inside of lobby. It's actually in the hands of World Edit. Bondik may try and use this to his advantage and pop up the backside event. So far, he hasn't. So far, he's waiting inside the control room. In fact, he's going to go all the way to ramp.
Yeah, Neo has no clue at this point.
They're going to try and push onto Neo. Yep, gets caught out. Teammates, he'll call that they're not outside. So they'll try and hold station inner. They have to be coming either ramp or upper, and it's ramp. It's going to be on to Pasha. Smoke out in Pasha's favor. That slows them a bit, but they'll walk in, and he has to hit these shots with the op. He's on the angle from the ramp. He's going to fall. They overwhelm him, and he tries to get away. He does. Blade spams away with the AK. Hasn't hit the shot. That pop flash goes out. Can Pasha push through? No. There's a support player there. Simple gets stinked up and gets the shot with the op, but look at Pasha. 2 huge back and forth shots up close. And another round for him where he comes up massive. May have bought his team a lot of space because Bialy and Taz are full HP, and Simple's on 8, has to hold this bomb plant with only 6 seconds left. And now we're tied up 19-19.
It's going to be a pause.
Do we have a pause? You read that before I did. Well played. Taz calls it. So we actually have a drop. And then who's it going to be? It's Bialy, Taz, Snacks, Pasha. So Neo's the one outside the server right now.
Yep. 19-19. And a pause coming up. Just Pasha picking up the slack here right now. It seems like it's going to be, it's being a one-man show at this point. And it's good to see him really play well, because he's been getting a lot of critique actually lately for he's playing, and it's awesome to see he's really picking up the pace and making that impact for Virtus.pro that they need for Virtus to be a viable option for those championships.
And I will say Pasha's been strong in coming in late, because there was a couple rounds when he actually whiffed on a few shots that would have potentially changed things in regulation. None more so, although it is an off angle when you come in through the main entrance onto upper. It is an awkward angle to peak above you.
Yep.
And it was Bondic that was up there. He actually dropped Bialy just before because, Pasha didn't hit that first shot, and then he dropped immediately after. Had he hit it, they had upstairs, and potentially that we wouldn't be in this overtime. But again, that's mistakes, and that's what Counter-Strike is. It's a game of limiting mistakes. Those are always going to happen.
You said it. Exactly. I've always said it that Counter-Strike is about whoever makes the least mistakes is going to win. Because, we were
on this opportunity that they've got, because let's face it, we've got Penta versus Na'Vi immediately after this. Penta's very aggressive. Navi's had some good form lately. Flamey looks like he's come in strong, but there's a Ukrainian rivalry there. Now, I will say, Na'Vi, for whatever reason, when they play Flipside, Hellraiser's Flipside, good rivalry, healthy rivalry, close games. Na'Vi seems to always take down Flipside, and that's something I know they want to address. It's something that they've mentioned that they're not too pleased about, and they would love to play them in the next game.
Oh, possibly, yeah, probably. I mean, the thing may be that maybe Na'Vi just has a really good read on how Blade leads the team.
Well, he did coach them. That's right.
That's for sure, yeah. So, I mean, that comes into play a lot of the times in these domestic rivalries where you just have a really good read on what the opposing team likes to think, likes to do, and how they think, and what their approach is, and that plays a big part of it.
Neo is on vacation, Kappa. I love it. Production coming up huge. I'm expecting chat to go back, Kappa in the middle, crazy right now. So, well played. I give you credit. We do still have lots of money, by the way, for Flipside, even though they've lost the 4 rounds in a row. What is it, 4 rounds in a row now, I guess it would be? 3 rounds in a row, excuse me. Mm-hmm. But they'll still have enough to force out AKs. In fact, 6,200 for Simple, 9,000 for World Edit. Pre-buy, they should be able to pull out an op quite quickly if they want to. Don't forget, if you hit the subscribe button, you've got a chance to win the op boom tonight, as well as contribute directly to the prize pool. This isn't us trying to ask you for your money. It doesn't go to us. It goes to the teams, and it's a great way to support them and help start off a crowdfunding thing. We talked about, or Thorn talked about rather, the need for more crowdfunding in CS. Sure, this isn't a huge amount. It's not going to overwhelm and massively change this prize pool, but it is a start, and you can do that just by hitting the subscribe button as well as get in on the giveaway. So, plus there's like a million emojis on this channel. It's crazy.
And that's the most important thing, right?
Obviously, you get to spam them in more channels than just here.
Yep.
So,
all right, it may be a while. We're going to be waiting here. This is the VAC authentication problem. Usually takes about 10 minutes.
Yeah, usually 10 minutes to reset. And a lot of people wonder why these pro players often get them. The problem is that they're traveling so much. They're coming online at so many different IPs that VAC just doesn't agree with it.
Yeah.
It thinks it's a little fishy. Steam often asks you, I know I've had it now that I've been in Europe a lot, signed in Ukraine, this date, was this you? Yes, if I misclick and say no, I'm sure my account's going to have some security issues the next time I try to log in. So, this happens. These guys are on the road a lot. VP's been where? We've seen them recently.
Well, Copenhagen last weekend,
Star Ladder the weekend before that. Now they're back home. Next weekend they've got EPL Cologne. Weekend after that they've got ESEA LAN.
They went to Gfinity.
They may not have DreamHack Bucharest if they don't win this game. Well, they won't have DreamHack Bucharest if they don't get this. And yeah, that's right. DreamHack before that or
Gfinity.
Thank you. Sorry.
London. Yeah. So a lot of traveling. So
I was gonna say DreamHack. That was like December.
To see that and competing there, and we're just gonna go all out and play, have fun, enjoy, and. That's going to play a big part in how we approach, because obviously not having the opportunity to practice much is going to have its effects. So you got to have like a different kind of approach to it.
Yep, for sure. And it's a great experience for 3D Max. Obviously, you were at Katowice as well, and you guys were at Copenhagen Games, and you guys have been around for a while. The more lands you can get into, the more results will slowly go your way, I'm sure. And How's playing on the laptops? I know we mentioned it last night, but was it all right with the monitors?
Well, we didn't use the laptop monitors. We have external ones.
Sorry, that's what I meant with the combo of the monitor.
It actually works fine. I mean, it's pretty much the same as playing on a desktop, really. I mean, not big of a difference, to be honest with you. These gaming laptops nowadays, they're so powerful.
You guys were using the trackpad, though, right?
Yeah, obviously. Yeah,
exactly. Thought so. That's why you guys only finished like 7th, 8th. Yeah, that's the trackpad.
We needed to give a bit of a, off day to the others, make it easier for them.
Yeah, you have to. It's the only way. It's only fair.
Don't want to embarrass the local teams as much.
I have to say I was impressed with Dignitas, though.
Yeah, they did.
Their run was quite good.
I think a lot better than a lot of people expected, me included.
Yeah, they beat Flipside twice. They played them in 2 best-of-3s, and they beat them both times. So that was impressive as well.
Yeah.
So, well, we did see Bialy type in the server saying it won't be long. Taz says there's no reason not to wait because there's been no delays. They've got lots of time. I'm jealous, by the way, that you're going to Cologne because Nürburgring's right down the road, and I definitely want to go there before I die. And the way I live, that could be tomorrow. Who knows? The way my voice is going, I died last week. So
that's on your bucket list.
Yeah, it's about the only thing.
All right.
So
it's a short list.
It's a really short list. I don't really set my standards high.
All right. No disappointments then when you don't set them high.
Well, that's the point. That's the plan. And actually, I think walk outside of Mini, and I think if you get aggressive, you can still see through the front side. It does limit the Opper from Heaven and Big Garage. But sure. I think without 3, there's a gap.
But we were talking about like a
2-meter
gap.
Right.
And
it's an inside gap, not in the middle of the smokes where everyone can see. That's true.
So that's a bit of a problem. I don't know what's going on with that. It should have been there, that's for sure. It's not planned. So I don't know. It's weird. Maybe the guy who usually throws the smoke just for some reason is unable to do it, and someone's just randomly throwing it. I don't know. It looks like it.
Yeah, if someone who normally throws it's working inner while they're doing that outer push. But, I mean, these are the small things Flipside need to tidy up on because, again, lots of skill on the roster, good leadership in Blade, but inexperienced roster in terms of the fact that they're quite new and have had some roster changes over the past little while. And if they can tidy up, again, mistakes. It's all about mistakes. If they can tidy up the mistakes, then they do have a real chance to be, I still say, in the back half of the top 10 by the latter half of 2015.
Yeah, like I said before, we've been talking about this. The rounds that have been going on here, they've been really tight. Actually, Flipside has been favored in most of the late round situations, but it's just been individual efforts from the Virtus.pro guys that has brought the rounds for them. And so it is in small detail the difference between winning and losing these rounds. And Flipside just need to get a few percent more on their executions, and working more firmly in their favor and to pull the strings together and win the round.
And we already talked about it. Individual efforts, none more so than Pasha, clutching massively in that 1-on-3.
Definitely.
And he's got 37 kills already to his name. Sure, yeah, okay, we've played 38 rounds, but he's got 37 kills. That's a kill every round, essentially, and that's quite impressive, specifically where he's had a number of 3Ks using the op. And a lot of it's come late in this game. He's come on strong when it's needed, and he stepped up as
early
required.
On as well. He got a lot of early picks on CT side, playing that yard. And I like I pointed out before, he just seemed to have a really knack for those aggressive pushes, and the way he times them is just near perfection. And even he does it like 5 times, he makes it work by making a bit of a change on how he approaches the situation. And those are things that just come instinctively from players, and some people are just better at it than others. And he seems to be mastering it very well.
Taz is saying in game that he's on the line with Valve, but they don't believe it's him, so he has to give full verification that he is in fact Neo calling. I guess that makes sense.
Oh my.
Name, street post, etc. So yeah, he'll be a second longer, but hopefully Valve will get him back into the game, and we'll get back underway. Of course, we've got waiting in the wings, Navi and Penta. They can't start till this is over. I don't know. I honestly don't know how to look at that game, because if they get aggressive on, well, obviously they're going to get aggressive on Penta's side. That's their play style. That's how they work things. If they can catch Markelov, Guardian early, trying to go for those very quick picks. By the way, we haven't seen Markelov. I did it twice.
Guardian. Yep.
Thank you. If we haven't seen Guardian since this patch update, and he's someone who's very aggressive. So if they can catch him off trying to be aggressive with the aggressive play that Penta uses, they might give Navi a bit of trouble.
Yeah, Penta is it's a hard team to play against, like we pointed out before. Just the aggressive playstyle, and it is relentless, and it's intimidating. And But the thing is, it was more efficient before just for the fact that people were not ready for it. Now people know the style of play, and a lot of people know how to adjust to it and how to slow down your playing style to play accordingly to how they play. So they need to find new gears. They need to find new ways of pulling wins together. It's just not always gonna be that aggression that they like to display. It's gonna be multiple different things, and that's the thing. It's easier to get up on. That's the thing.
Yeah, well, hopefully, I mean, I would love to see more and more teams. That's the thing with CS right now. There's so many tournaments that are opening up that the top-level teams are going to start to get overwhelmed with a schedule. They're going to have to start picking and choosing these events. That gives some room for secondary teams, and it also makes things more exciting for the fans who are watching. They'll get to know these teams a little bit better, and it also means that, you know, it's not predictable score lines every time. Sure, the NIP run was amazing, 87-0, but it's actually good for Counter-Strike in some ways that it ended, because now we've got these wavering results that, you know, I personally enjoy watching. It's not like I can say, oh, I skipped viewing that event, but Nip was going to win it anyway. Or Envious is winning everything. Who cares? Fnatic, Envious have a good little rivalry going on. There's different teams making it through, and Copenhagen Games is kind of nice because we see a whole different lineup there.
Yeah, and it's different matchups that work differently. I think that's a very interesting fact to make, that you will have most of the same teams reaching a certain part of the of tournaments, but there are certain matchups that are going to work out different. Get those kills on upper. Bialy has just did a good job of spending as much time or wasting as much time as possible from Flipside before getting that planet. And Neo getting into the rotation and getting those last 2 kills just worked out great. Virtus.pro just poised to win this map at this point. They are 1 away from sealing the deal.
1 away. That's the big thing. This is the first time all night they've had a match point to close out on. Pasha falling off of ramp. Does try and get that initial shot. Neo's there as well. They'll be stacked up. And Bondic making sure Snacks doesn't want to try and get cheeky outside and push up toward that T-Red. Taz, look at this. Oh, he guesses. He waits and he guesses. He absolutely nails it. He had the angle lined up forever, and he guessed perfectly when to spam away, and that drops the bomb. Your bomb is down on top of Twinkie, so they have to commit and go back toward this. Markelov's in position to do so. Let's hope he's got the swagger to make the jump on his own. Otherwise, they've got to commit 2 players up there to get it.
Well, they got the bomb now. So.
Oh, they did get it. Okay.
Yep,
Blades got it.
They got it. Motion yard coming up. 50 seconds on the clock left anymore. And they're putting a lot of pressure on themselves executing this late. And actually, they're not even executing anything yet. They're just making a late distraction on yard with Bondic being the only guy here. It seems like it's going to be an upper push any second now. No, they're actually committing towards ramp.
And Blade's the one that wants to join back over in that position. Bondic outside, still waiting for those smokes to dissipate. He's going to commit to mini, so it looks like it possibly could be another outside to upper take, but Snacks closes out on Bondic. This might change things. In fact, it has. That smoking on ramp catches Neo off. They've gone directly past him. Snacks realizes it. Up close on World at it. Easy shot with the up for him. Such an amount of skill, and Blade's going to use this smoke. They have to get the bomb down. 8 seconds left to do so, and Bialy's already caught off Markelov. Can he get the rest? He will. Blade's down, and it's going to be the defuse. VP. Huge comeback T-side. Hold it together. Get that one elusive round on the T-side in overtime. And they'll close out. So we're going to go to map 3. This series is turning out to be an excellent viewership, an excellent spectacle, and VP bailed themselves out.
Yeah, and maybe some people didn't even notice, but Neo actually lacked out on that round.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So we went out twice. Wow.
So, but they still managed to come out on top in Virtus. What seemed like they were struggling a lot actually on that map, and they just made a huge comeback. Those late rounds on T side when they were outside for lower, they just came back and made it happen.
And here's the MVP. No surprise.
Nope.
Flexed it all night long. 55 kills for him over the course of the evening. That's absolutely massive. 49 deaths, of course, but that's a close game. That's still a great score, and it's all that matters that he got those late round kills and those huge clutch plays in the overtimes. And